it's Jessie from Squeegee Ink and welcome back to a very special episode of Printers Corner, where we tell you exactly how much money we made at a big music festival, a day festival in our local town, and a monthly high street market stall. We're going to tell you how many hours we traded, how much money we made, and whether we thought it was worth it for all the different types of ways that you can sell t-shirts for your own brand. This all came from a video that we did and we shared it on Instagram and TikTok, where we actually documented our visit to NASFest, which is a big music festival in the UK. I'll just go straight into it because it's only one question. So the question was from Shoot the Sun Studios, and they said, how did it go? Did you sell much? And we're looking to do some festivals next year. I just want to be really transparent and help you guys sell shirts and show you our experience as one of our first years of actually selling shirts to the public with our own brand. I'm going to go straight into the numbers and tell you the type of events and our experiences basically. Our first big music festival that we geared up for, and it was a lot of work. We made loads of YouTube videos to build up our stock so that we had loads to sell, so it looked like we're more substantial and stuff. So we built up loads of stocks for probably, I'm going to say 3 or 4 months leading up to June this year for NASFest, which is a 4-day festival, but you also have to do setup the day before and take down the day after. For us traders, it was 6 days. I can't remember the exact figure of how much we spent to be there, but I think it came in as just under £2,000 just for our pitch. It was expensive and it was a big investment, and we had to bring our van and I had to camp. So the camping thing was a big thing for me, which I really had to suck up. Let me get straight on to what we made on day one. This is when all the young people who are the main target audience for this festival were coming in on the first day. So it wasn't full, but this festival has a capacity of 30,000 people. So we were really excited, and we've never sold to that massive crowd before. We really did go for it on our stand, and we spent a whole day setting up and making everything look good. So on our first day, we made £167, which I'm giggling because that is definitely nowhere near what we thought. We thought we'd be in the thousands, and it was a real shock. And we were looking up and down this parade of other t-shirt brands that we were next to. So there was like 6 of us lined up, and we were all just looking at each other, where no one's even coming onto the stands that we'd spent so long doing. One other person made £130 for 10 hours of trading on that day. So it was really weird. And we just thought, okay, they're just coming in, maybe they want to spend their money in the next 3 days. So we weren't that worried, but we did go to bed a bit scared that we'd made a bit of a mistake. But then we were assured by other traders that they come all the time. They've been to NAS for quite a few years. They come back every year, and they said it was just a bit of a freak. So don't worry about it. Then day 2, we made £740, but we traded for 15 hours. So we were there from 9 AM till 12 PM. So we really did stay till all the bands finished and everything. So we were right near the entrance of the campsite. Everyone had to come in, stream past us, and then, you know, keep going in and out next to us. A lot of people saw us, and I was doing a lot of engagement stuff. So I was giving out free tattoos, I was talking to people, giving out stickers, and really putting my effort in. I wasn't just sitting back in my stall like some of the other traders were able to. £740 for 15 hours, again, from our experience, that's super disappointing, and you'll hear the figures of our normal market later so you can compare. Day 3, very, very similar, £765. Another 15 hours on the stall, because even though some of the other traders packed up a little bit early to enjoy the festival, we'd paid a lot of money to be there, and we still hadn't really. We might have broken even on day 3 because we spent £2,000 to be there. Really disappointed again, but it was really sunny and hot, and we were like able to have a beer and chat, and I was just with Em, so It wasn't like a bad experience. We still had a good time, but we did have the intention of going there as a business to sell for our brand. And we're not really in the thing of raising awareness. We just wanted to make money. So anyway, that was the intention of the going there. And then day 4, this is the last day of the festival, the one that we thought we'd make all the big bucks because everyone would just spend all the money in their pockets, was £865. It's not crazy disappointing. We did make sales, and I would say, I'm going to say 90% of the people that came onto our store did actually try on shirts, did try on hoodies, and they purchased, but they just weren't interested in the stalls at all because I think they just didn't have the money. And some of the young people who are actually just like from A-levels, this was the first summer that they'd been allowed like out and everything because they'd been in lockdown and COVID and stuff. It was a weird time for them as well. They were literally saying, I'd love this, but I haven't got the cash. So it's not us making that up as an excuse. And the other traders were saying, this is a weird year. I don't want to write off the big festival, but I do want to tell you what we made at Little Day Festival and on a normal market. Let's just round up by saying the big music festival with 30,000 people capacity that we tried for 4 months to work for, we ended up with £2,537.50 and we worked for 6 days. We worked our asses off and we had to pay £2,000 to get there. So no, I'm not going to say that's worth it for 2 people. Okay, let's go on to the normal Little Day Festival, which is in Newbury. Actually, it's not normal. It was the first time they had traders there. It's a charity event. It cost us £130 to have our stand there. And I think it was 5,000 people capacity event. Had live music, just like NASFest. It was probably about, I'm going to say, a mile away from our house. We did no preparation for it at all, above and beyond our normal market stall. We literally just filled the van up with a normal amount of stock, not thinking that we're going to do anything in particular. We traded for 10 hours, so 12 p.m. till 10 p.m. And we made, I think this is massive, we made £3,500 in 10 hours compared to NASFest, which did blow our minds a bit, but I'm going to tell you some of the reasons that I think we made so much more on just 10 hours, 1 day of trading, and no camping either. And I think it was down to the crowd, because lots of different reasons. First of all, we know a lot of people in the town. We've already done our market stalls. We've got the business here. Just friends were even coming to the stand and going, oh, you're here, you're trading. Oh, I'd like a shirt, I'd like a hoodie. They were a slightly older crowd, so they've got more disposable income for things like nice shirts. Whereas the younger people at the big festival, they might not be able to afford a £25 shirt. They might just be there for having a really good time, listening to the music, etc., etc. It was a really small event. People could go around all the stalls, which were mainly just selling beer and getting your hair cut and us selling shirts. So we had a captive audience and it was a bloody brilliant day. Nice and hot. We got to have some beers and it was a mile away. No effort on our part at all. We just had a really bloody good time. That was amazing. So it was our local thing actually won the day on that one. And then I want to compare it to our normal monthly local market. So we do last Sunday of the month. Loads of towns, especially in England, are going to have these where they've kind of artisan, small business market. We just rock up there every last Sunday. We do hardly any prep at all, apart from loading the van up with some boxes the night before, bring the little card reader, got the gazebo. We don't even think about it until the night before at all. Also, I think it costs us about the £60 mark to be there because we've got a really big stall. It's not a huge, crazy investment that if it rains all day, anything's going to happen. So on our normal market stall, it averaged out that when we attended there, we traded for 6 hours and we made, on average, £1,200. So I'd say that was really good for 6 hours. Again, we're just having a good time, talking to people, selling shirts, and I'd say again, a really large proportion of the people who actually come and look at the shirts and try them on and chat to us do actually buy them. Again, we're in a relatively affluent town, and I think that helps, and the fact that we're there every single Sunday to like build that trust up with people from buying from a market trader is really important as well. There are all my figures. I think we did the best at the Ale Festival, but obviously we do the regular markets as well, which are really fun, but also incredibly low effort compared to the big music ones. I don't want you to write off music festivals. If that's your ambition, which it was ours for a little bit, completely go with it. You can actually look into the stats of who's attending that event, how much money you think they have, because this is a business. You have to think about, can your audience afford your garments and your brand, or do you need to be a bit cheaper at the festivals? And you need to figure that out. You need to physically listen to people who've been and traded at those festivals. So I interviewed Drop Clothing, and you've just heard my experience of trading at one, but then you're going to maybe investigate other brands who are doing podcasts and things and being asked about their experience at festivals, because we're actually going to be trying the Brighton Tattoo Convention next year, which we think is going to be a whole different demographic of people. So I think maybe tattoo conventions is our target audience and the local people. Hopefully I've answered and been as transparent as possible. If you've got any more questions about this, and if you do think that it's selling t-shirts at a music festival is worth it, then please write in the comments and tell us your own experiences, or say if this video was useful, and load us up with more questions for #PrintersCorner so we can answer in a little bit more depth in our next video. Okay, I hope you subscribe to the channel by now, and like and share this video for any other brands getting into selling their shirts.